A struggling waitress comforts a soldier having a panic attack, and the next day, military tanks block her street. The midnight shift. The rain tapped against the windows like impatient fingers, as if even the storm couldn't wait to leave. Inside the 24-hour diner just off Interstate 17, the only sounds were the low hum of fluorescent lights and the distant hiss of a coffee machine that hadn't seen a good cleaning in weeks. Maya Thompson, 26 and running on her third cup of stale coffee, wiped down the counter with the tired grace of someone who'd done it 1,000 times before. She wore her exhaustion like a second apron. Rent was late again. Her mom's medical bills sat in her purse like ticking bombs. But she kept her smile, thin, but still there, for the drunks, the truckers, and the lost souls who stumbled in past midnight. She had no idea her world was about to collide with someone else's broken universe. The man in the corner booth. He came in just after 2 a.m., soaked to the bone, hoodie pulled low, his boots heavy with mud and memory. Maya noticed the stiffness in his gait, the way his eyes darted around the diner like he was tracking invisible enemies. He sat in the corner booth, back to the wall, facing the door. Coffee, Maya offered gently, already sensing he wouldn't want to talk. He nodded. She poured him a cup, slid it toward him, and turned to leave. But something made her stop. His hands were shaking. Violently. Maya had seen enough brokenness to recognize the signs. This wasn't just cold or fatigue. This was fear. Real, suffocating, paralyzing fear. A whisper in the storm. She approached slowly, crouched beside his booth like she was tying her shoe. "You're safe here," she whispered. "No one's gonna hurt you." His eyes, wild, glassy, locked on hers. "I can't breathe," he gasped. "I thought I was past this. I just wanted coffee, that's all." She took his trembling hand in hers. "You served." He nodded, pressing his free hand to his chest as if trying to hold himself together. "Afghanistan. 3 tours. My brother came back from Fallujah," Maya said softly. "He had nights like this. I'd sit beside him. Just breathe with him. Want me to stay?" His eyes welled up. He didn't answer with words, just the tiniest nod. So she stayed. For 20 silent minutes, she sat on the floor next to his booth, breathing slowly with him, murmuring quiet reassurances like she had for her brother years ago. The rain softened. So did his hands. Finally, he exhaled deeply. "Thank you," he whispered. "What's your name, Derek?" She smiled. "You're gonna be okay, Derek. Tanks on Main Street." The next morning, Maya was jarred awake by the sound of engines, deep, thunderous, unrelenting. She stumbled to her window, confused. And then froze. Military tanks. Armored vehicles. Soldiers in uniform lining her small town street. She threw on a hoodie and rushed outside, heart pounding. Were they here for a raid? A drill? Then she saw him. Derek. But he wasn't the trembling man from the night before. He stood tall, clean-shaven now, wearing a decorated uniform. Medals shimmered on his chest. Maya approached, stunned. He grinned sheepishly. "Thought I'd make a proper introduction. What is this after last night?" I couldn't sleep. Not because of panic this time. But because I realized something. People like you, you're the real heroes. You don't wear armor, but you carry the weight of the world. He gestured to the soldiers behind him. So I pulled a few strings. A few strings. He laughed. "I'm a colonel. And I had one more good thing I could do with that title, the parade that wasn't planned. The tanks didn't come for war. They came bearing banners. Signs that read, 'In honor of everyday heroes.'" Derek had mobilized a kindness campaign, right there on Main Street to honor Maya and others like her. A local TV crew showed up. So did neighbors who'd never spoken to Maya beyond their coffee orders. Kids waved flags. Veterans saluted. The mayor hugged her. And Maya, standing in her waitress uniform, mascara smudged from tears, felt something she hadn't in a long time. Hope got a letter taped to the booth. A week later, Maya returned to her shift and found something taped beneath Derek's booth. A letter, Maya. There are wounds deeper than bullets. And sometimes, healing doesn't come from doctors, but from people who sit beside you when you're breaking. You reminded me what peace feels like. So I'm making it my mission to do the same, for you and for others. Expect strange things, like tanks and news cameras. And maybe one day, a letter of recommendation for nursing school, if you still dream of it. You brought me back, Maya. So now, I'm going to do the same for as many people as I can. Forever grateful. Colonel Derek Lawson, the heart of the diner. 2 months later, Maya's life looked different. With a scholarship fund set up by Derek and donations pouring in from strangers across the country, she started nursing school part-time. She still worked at the diner, but now, with a spark in her eyes. Because she'd seen how one moment of compassion could shift an entire life. How sitting beside someone in the dark could bring back the light, the message that lingers. The tanks left. The soldiers returned to base. The cameras moved on. But the message stayed. Kindness is power. The kind that doesn't make headlines but makes healing possible. And sometimes, in the quiet of a rainy night, when no one else is watching, that power changes the world, one broken soul at a time.